You're listening to the Sex Addicts Recovery Podcast, a place for sex addicts to share their experiences of recovery, to help break the stigma, myths, and misconceptions of sex addiction. This podcast may contain topics of sexuality, sexual trauma, dysfunction, or other things that may be triggering, so listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to the Sex Addicts Recovery Podcast. My name is Jason, I'm a sex addict, and I will be your podcast host for today. Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to a bonus episode of the podcast. I am taking some time off recording and editing new episodes, but I thought I would add a reminder about the Serenity on the Sound retreat coming up on October 14th through 16th on Zoom. And so something that I've been sharing at meetings is coming straight from the Puget Sound Retreat Committee, and this last one says, it's not too late to register for Serenity on the Sound, the annual Puget Sound Retreat for members of SAA and COSA, happening Friday night through Sunday morning, October 14th through 16th. You need to register in order to receive the Zoom meeting information, but then you can come and go as you please during the event. Don't miss this opportunity to nourish your heart, mind, and soul. Look for details at soundretreat.org. And the registration is up, and they are asking for a $20 Seventh Tradition contribution, and it is a simple form to fill out, just really quick and easy. Like I had mentioned on a previous episode talking about this retreat, on the Friday evening they're doing an Outer Circle show and tell, and they put out another email with a description of this for the program. The Outer Circle show and tell is a stage where everyone gets 5 minutes to share an activity that brings them joy. Its roots are in the talent show from previous years, so one way to participate is by singing, playing, reading, or doing some comedy. But you can also share pictures of something you've created or nurtured, like an art or a craft, or your garden, or your pets. Or you can demonstrate or teach something you like to do. It's our first time, so you can help us make it up as we go along. Just keep it to 5 minutes, or just share in the fun as an audience member. So I registered recently to the retreat. It's a pretty simple form, like I had mentioned before. First name and last initial, email, phone number, and then how did you hear about us? Which fellowship do you associate with? SAA, COSA, SA, S-Anon, SLAA. And are you interested in signing up for the Outer Circle show and tell? And I checked yes, and so I am trying to figure out which song I'm going to play, but I plan on playing guitar on that Friday evening. So if you are interested in a weekend of recovery, check out the Puget Sound Retreat Serenity on the Sound by going to soundretreat.org and registering for this event. I'm not sure if I can announce the names, but one of our Bay Area members is going to be the SAA speaker, and the COSA speaker has been on this podcast. So I am really, really looking forward to that, and I hope you can make it. If you have any more questions about the retreat, you can email the retreat committee at info@soundretreat.org. For this podcast, you can always leave feedback for the podcast at feedback@sexaddictsrecoverypod.com, or you can get a hold of me at jason@sexaddictsrecoverypod.com. That's it for this week. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep coming back. The views and opinions contained in the Sex Addicts Recovery Podcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of the Bay Area Intergroup or the ISO of SAA.